So let me explain to you why you're never going to be a successful artist. And some of these explanations will be longer than others. So first of all, everybody knows now that art has nothing to do with talent or cultural development or even hitting the market at the right time with the right product. Everybody, and I mean even the children in the cages that are the migrant children that come into this country that the Obama put them in cages, even those children, especially those children, but everybody knows that art is for money laundering. It's just, everybody knows this. The second thing that I'll mention, here's why you're never going to be a successful artist. Here's why. The Mona Lisa, that painting with the swirly stars, those are two examples of cheap gimmicks that you don't know about, and you don't know the mechanics of how they work. So the Mona Lisa, let me tell you how the mechanic, it's like the illusion book that you buy at the store for $7.99. The Mona Lisa existed at a time where women were non-expressional. They were non-expressionally. Expressional, that's the word. And I have to live in this reality now, but you'll see a girl and she'll smirk. And all day you're seeing girls that are smirking. So when you see a non-moving painting of a girl almost smirking, your brain will finish the image for you, and you'll think that the non-moving painting is moving, because all day you're seeing practically non-moving faces smirk. So your brain finishes the image, because that's what the brain does. It finishes, that's how you perceive reality. That's why you can move and it looks like, you don't feel like you don't feel dizzy, because your brain is making it feel like there's a static reality that's not moving and you're moving in it. But in reality, your eyes are moving. You don't know what the fuck you're seeing. Your brain has to like create it. There's a lot of stuff going on in your head. So as soon as I started moving my hands, bodies. Anyway, so the Mona Lisa was the best, most popular version of a type of picture that everybody was making, selling it all over the place. All over the place were barely smirking, what's another word for smirk? Sneer. Barely sneering, barely smirking smiles. And people, it was like an illusion. It was like a motion picture that you could buy. So it was a gimmick. And the Mona Lisa was like the most popular one, and all the other ones got erased because people suck. The second image is the one with the swirling stars. So if you take a black and white swirling circle, and if you stare at it spinning, and then you look at something, it might look like it's moving. And if you look at something that's prepared to look like it's moving, like something that has a bunch of swirls, if you stare at a spinning circle and then you look at the Starry Night with the swirls, it'll look like it's moving. So that was like a cheap, like the little clown picture, like the Operation board game, like a cheap thrill. And everyone probably was painting something like this with swirls, maybe trees with swirly swirls, or dresses with swirly swirls. And the Starry Night one was the one that sold the most, and they just made copies of it and they sold it, and it proliferated on its own merit or on its own gimmick. And the reason why these things are propped up as achievements is difficult to understand until you've been so thoroughly socially isolated that you realize how much the hive mind or the matrix or the bodies or people in general just suck. So the reason why that these are propped up as individual achievements, this painting was made by this guy, this individual made something, and then you can't be an individual making something and achieve, is because the reason why these paintings are popular is because the world itself, or the hive mind bodies, they're proud of what they did. They're proud because they know the system itself is aware mechanically of what it achieved by torturing so many individuals that the individuals are pushed into competitive capitalism. And then the end result is what the world did, not what the individual did. And that's why you'll never be a successful artist, because the image that you're getting of an individual achieving is myopic, to say the least. But really, one word could sum it up as myopic, is that you can't see it. You're looking at this telescopic vision. So that's why you're never going to be a successful artist. Those are two reasons. Go fuck yourself.